What was that surreal show you were just watching?
What? Nick, you mean you don't know the Steel Samurai?
Check its head. The clock inside stopped when it broke.
Nick?
It stopped at 2:15. Therefore, we are innocent. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the Studio One in that time. If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. The path to the trailer was blocked. So we have heard. The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time. Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. Hello and welcome back. This is Queen 3210. It's been a while, for me anyway. It had probably not for you guys, but for me, I took a break from playing Phoenix Wright because Final Fantasy 16 came out and I was gifted it for my birthday. Special thanks to 10 and LW for that. But as you'll see on my channel, I've been really busy with that game. Be that as it may, I am now back to Phoenix Wright. We are going to pick up where we left off, which is finding evidence to help exonerate Will Powers from the murder charge that he is currently facing. We are now on the investigation, so let's go. Let's get to it. October 19th, 3:27 p.m., Wright and Co. Law Offices. That was a close one, huh, Mia?
Really? Too bad. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Maya?
So, what happened?
Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea of who did it. Now all I need is a motive. And proof.
Wow! Good going, Nick.
Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have.
Initial trial? Wait, what's that?
That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up.
So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days?
Yeah, pretty much. That's bullshit. I mean, can you imagine the number of wrongful convictions that they would be facing if they did things that way? Holy fucking shit, that's stupid. That's dumb. Like, these people are dumb. I know they want to clear backlog and all of that, but Jesus, there are better ways to do that. That's just dumb. Well, we've no time to waste. Okay, let's talk with Mia. Let's talk about the director's alibi.
What happened with the director's testimony?
Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer.
Huh?
Which means that the killer has to be one of them.
Really? Wait, why?
Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer was.
What?
Was Mia always this excitable? Okay, let's talk about the Steel Samurai then. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume?
What? Wait, you mean Mr. Hammer was the one wearing the costume?
Yeah.
But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it?
That's what we have to find out. Okay, well, any ideas? Well, have you noticed anything that might help us?
can't see what's going on when Mia's here. So, no, haven't noticed anything.
Right.
Maybe we should go talk to WP.
WP. Powers. Right. Okay, so I guess that's what we're gonna do. October 19th, Detention Center, Visitors Room. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears?
Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there.
And could you wipe that smirk off your face?
Hey, WP, only one day left. Let's make it count.
Yes. Though there's not really anything I can do to help.
I'm not really sure what I can do either.
Please, this is no laughing matter, guys. So let's talk to him. Turn on the volume a little bit. Let's talk to him about Professor Vasquez. Oh, Producer Vasquez, rather. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius.
A genius?
She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and
what?
Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Well, can you, fucking explain the rumors that you've heard? But I guess we'll move on to Director Manella. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manella? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. I mean, I understand why people know the name Salmonella, because that's something nobody wants to get. Cook your food properly. No cross-contamination or anything like that. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. Wow! Way to body shame, Phoenix. And last but not least, Mr. Hammer.
I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just drops off the face of the earth.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global.
How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer.
He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago? Huh. Can we press him for more information about Vasquez? No, actually, because it's all checked marked. I think if there was more information, that wouldn't be check marked. So I guess we're moving on. Oh. October 19th, Global Studios main gate. Oh, wow.
The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think our guard's down.
Yeah?
I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station. If we wanted. You eat, you die. Whew, she's alive.
Okay, let's talk to her. Let's ask her about the producer, Vasquez. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer.
Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets her way.
She seems bitter.
Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry.
Well, okay then. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director?
Sal? He's soft. A pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, and I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt?
It's a kink and a fetish. Maya, you're too young. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick?
No. No, it doesn't, Maya. Okay, so let's talk about Mr. Hammer. About Mr. Hammer.
I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this.
Uh-oh. She's really pissed this time.
You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible.
Well, okay, I guess we're done here. October 19th, Studio 1 entrance.
Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then, he left from here to go to Studio 2?
Right.
But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer.
That's a good point. So let's go to Studio 2. October 19th, Studio 2 entrance.
Hey, Nick, it's Miss Vasquez. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Cool? Okay. Let's talk about Mr. Hammer.
Excuse me? Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and...
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you.
Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off.
Oh, dear. Okay, let's talk about Will Powers.
Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai.
I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai.
You did it. Nick, she did it! She's the killer! My fey blood screams to me. I know it. I know it.
Oh, dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer? By yourselves? Oh dear. In other words, she's telling us to fuck off. October 19th, Studio 2 trailer.
Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here.
I guess she was still on the high from getting that rare card she needed. Okay. Looks like they were designing a set to use for the Steel Samurai show. They've got some figures for how much the set costs. Can't believe they'd spend that much money on those sets. Moving on. This is where they had that meeting. There are documents and paper cups scattered around. Yeah, and we can't actually investigate them? Like, why not? Why not, game? Well, there's always something in the trash. Nothing in here that could be a clue. Or not. Just some paper cups and crumpled documents. Take the crumpled documents? An old movie poster. The Singing Samurai, starring Jackhammer. What the hell do samurais sing about? Chopping off heads? Oh my god! That movie was the best! It's about a samurai who sings his way to fame and fortune. Mr. Hammer was a very accomplished singer, you know. Singing Samurai stars. What's next? Ninja Ballet? I mean, Naruto kind of counts. Samurai Summer, starring Jackhammer. This poster's quite old. Wow, it's been years since I saw that show. It was one of those typical summer romance stories, but it was great. A typical summer romance? With a samurai on a horse. An old movie poster. Dynamite Samurai, starring Jackhammer. I guess Mr. Hammer used to be quite the star. Yes, he did. My question is, why is he no longer a star? October 19th, Global Studios employee area. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. Yeah, well, there's a murder investigation going on. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to use this place because it is a crime scene. Or the whole place is a crime scene, rather. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there are any other clues lying around. Yeah! No touching! Eek. Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten ya. Didn't mean I almost had a heart attack! I guess it can be a little dramatic at times. Suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatique indeed. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for the sleeping pills? Yeah, pal, traces thereof. Okay. Let's talk about the plate. So, you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How exactly? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills, see? If there are traces, it'll change color. Wow! Neat! Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Steak plate added to the court record. Okay, so let's talk about the investigation. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. And some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, I'm not so sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. Feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. Oh, why? How is Edgeworth doing anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in a waiting room and he would crush this paper cup with ha-ha coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal.
Wow, the fury of Edgeworth.
Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups. Bottles? Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints all over the bottle.
So that means...
Yep, sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Sleeping pills bottle added to the court record. Okay, guess we're done.
Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... Well, what? Why? But WP's innocent! Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But this week's the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No!
Let's talk about that, shall we?
Well, what do you mean the last Steel Samurai?
I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant.
No! No!
Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore.
What? Why?
I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Okay, let's talk about Mr. Hammer then. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1.
He stole the Steel Samurai costume too.
What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true then.
The rumor?
Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently.
Some dirt? What dirt?
Dirt. You know, bad stuff.
I know what dirt means.
About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during the filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set then? Okay, so I have a couple of questions to ask. Let's talk about 5 years ago. An accident 5 years ago. Yeah, in Studio 2. That trailer there was part of the film set. Could you tell us what happened?
Sorry. I don't think I can. They really don't want us to talk about it.
Okay, so then let's talk about the studio policy. Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet. You understand?
How could they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai?
It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow.
No, that can't be true.
Sadly, Maya, it absolutely is true.
If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure.
For a little bit.
Nick, say something.
Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. And this is... A fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be canceled just so some adults can save face. I would think that you'd understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay, but what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Ooh, smooth. Okay. Let's try this again. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died. And it was Hammer's fault.
So someone died?
It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it all up. And that's the dirt she had on Hammer?
And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do? Huh. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public?
Because this is show business. Even an accident is gonna mar their reputation. Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back in the day. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. Exactly.
I see.
You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. I mean, that surprises me not at all. Thanks. We'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Well, I guess that's our cue. What, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me?
The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think that made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer! She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance.
So about 5 years ago, I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Fuck.
Who told? Who did you hear that from?
Wait, what, huh?
Nichols!
Nichols?
Nichols, Nick! Penny Nichols! That assistant we talked to.
Oh, right. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he?
Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed no less. I suppose you think this is fun.
No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers.
And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume? You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof?
Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume, huh? Yep. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Here's my proof.
What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove?
It's a bottle of sleeping pills with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it.
What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that he used those pills on Powers?
Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct?
Well, yes, so?
This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate.
Welp.
I see.
Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. She silenced that paparazzi.
Oh, I don't like the way she used that term.
That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this.
A photograph? Oh. Is that Miss Vasquez without the scarf on her head? Wait a sec. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2?
Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of those stairs, see? He pushed the other actor. The man fell onto the flower box. And the man fell onto the flower box fence.
But how did you get this?
It was a long time ago. And I don't feel much like talking about it.
I understand. 5-year-old photo added to the court record. Well, we've got some motive at least. Kind of.
A few moments later.
See what happens if I show you this, bitch. She's not even looking.
Where?
What?
Where did you get that?
Well.
Oldbag.
Old?
She means a security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick.
Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer.
The wind.
Huh?
It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick! She went inside the trailer!
Well, I guess we're going inside the trailer.
You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about?
Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change.
So I'm a blackmailer now. Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident. But you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star.
Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere.
Mr. Hammer's career went sour on its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident. How are you so sure?
What do you mean?
Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident?
Oh. No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose?
That is what I mean.
Well, where's your proof? Can you prove it?
Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident! Oh, well, she was a big fan of hammers, you see. She just jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. Well, what? This is valuable evidence! Boys.
Holy fuck. What have we just stepped into? Who are they?
Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased?
What?
The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it.
Tell me why. Why do you want this photo so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? That's a good question, actually.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away.
No! Hold it right there. I had everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now.
Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then. In court. I'll be looking forward to it.
So I don't have to give her the photo. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry it was a little late with my ignorance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing.
Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! I was really scared.
Oh? Well, don't mention it, pal. I was just doing my job.
Detective Gumshoe?
Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon.
Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this.
And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. And I guess that's where we're ending it off. Well, that was exciting. So it turns out D. Vasquez is linked with the mafia. That's how she became this big producer. And Hammer was taking 2-bit roles because he killed someone, and Vasquez was holding it over his head. It's fascinating. It's interesting. And I'd like to know more, which we will find out next time. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like or subscribe. If not, leave a comment below letting me know what I can do to improve. And until next time, guys, ciao.